On the 8th day of Pesach, we read the Yizkor service, which also graces our davening on the 2nd day of Shavuos, Yom Kippur, and Shmini Atzeres. Yizkor has slightly different associations, which depend on when we read it. What are we to make of Yizkor on the 8th day of Pesach? We Jews have a special regard for the 8th day. Our week only has 7 days, so the 8th is a step beyond the norm, a move beyond this world to a realm that we can rarely access. We can understand this world beyond our own through a passage in the beautiful Psalm 16, which features in Yizkor. It includes this passage, Tovasi bal olecha ligdoshim asher ba'aretz hema. The goodness which I have is not something that you owe me. My gifts come from the holy ones who rest in the ground. Rav Nachman of Breslov explains that King David was reflecting on God's kindness. King David sometimes felt that he deserved nothing, not even God's mercy, and that he could claim nothing from God. The blessings he did enjoy at these times were thanks to Kedoshim Asher Ba'aretz Hema, the holy ones that are in the ground, good people who have already passed away and whose bodies have been laid to rest in the earth. What did he mean? Rav Nachman of Breslov points out that in life the soul is encumbered and challenged by the body, by the falsehoods and restrictions of the physical world. But after life, the soul is free and returns heavenward. This is not the end of the human story. We retain our memories, values and connections beyond death, and we can relate to God in a better way than we can here on earth, precisely because we are no longer in this world, which clouds our perception of reality. In Psalm 16, King David tells us that the holy ones who rest in the ground, the best of our people who have passed on, can bring blessing to us through their prayers to God on our behalf. Personally, I like the idea that I can continue to live after death, connected to God and to people in this world, and perhaps invoking God's mercy through prayer, even for those who might not really deserve it. But not everyone gets to do this. King David says that it is the Kedoshim, holy people, who can step in and open the heavenly conduits of blessings when all else has failed. Perhaps only people who have attuned themselves in this life to prayer and to love for others will have these traits and spiritual strengths embedded in their souls to be able to use them after death. And it is Torah study most of all which refines and informs us so that we can work towards these abilities right now. And this time right now is the best time to make that progress. At the end of Pesach, we're just at the end of the first week of the Omer. We have 6 weeks still to go until Shavuos, when we receive the Torah again. It is a time of growth, a time when we can progress towards greatness step by step. Our perspective on the potential of this time is lengthened by the ideas of Psalm 16 and Yizkor. The goodness and the strength that are ours for the taking will not just serve us well in this lifetime, but for all time. For anyone who wants to continue life's conversation with God, for anyone who wants to maintain ties with the next generation, these next 6 weeks offer riches beyond compare. We might want to choose a prayer to understand and focus on a bit more. We could choose a stage in the service during which we can pay extra attention. There is much Torah to be learned and many kindnesses to be done. Let's see just how far we can get with the magic of the Omer, and its results will stand by us forever and ever.